guys. Welcome to this week's episode of Concentrated, the podcast about all of the things that we find cool and interesting as nerds of color. I'm your host, Maria. I am here as always with the lovely Manera.
Hey.
Were you surprised that I said your name, Manera?
No, I
Because
wasn't
we do this every
holding
week.
I wasn't holding my mic, and so when you called on me, I was like, "Let me get it out," instead of going, "Hey." I'm professional.
I was
There it
yawning,
is.
so don't feel bad.
Yeah, I would say, and Yanni McYonnerson over here, Eric.
I'm tired. It's been a long week.
That's fair. It has.
It has, yeah, it's been a long week. All right, guys. Well, this week, as promised, we're going to be talking about some media that we feel just missed the mark. Like, we know what y'all were trying to do, but it didn't quite work out that way. But before we get into some of our picks for this topic, it is time for Eric to give us a little bit of news.
Beep, beep,
Womp
beep,
womp.
boop.
Pew, 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 pew. News.
Ooh.
Yep.
Coming in with the finger guns?
Pew, pew, pew. Quick death. John Riley, not John C. Riley, everyone's favorite character actor. John Riley of General Hospital is dead at 84.
Oof.
Guy.
He was 84. Did he need a
I'd
reason?
say there's no.
Asking.
The family hasn't revealed how he died, but I'm assuming hopefully it's natural causes and not COVID because
Yeah.
it seems to be snatching up a lot of folks these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did. Anyway, we got more news again, surprising no one because people love it. Don't know who those people are. Wonder Woman 84 is top at the box office again because there's nothing out and
Right. There's nothing to compete against it.
it's flashy and it's got colors and Wonder Woman. So if you dig it, you dig it. If not, you know how we feel about it if you've watched the last couple episodes.
Right.
Anyway, go watch Soul. It's better.
Way better. Way better.
Moving on, it is a sweep season, and now we're getting the word of things like pilots that have come and gone and are getting picked up to series. One that is not getting picked up to series stars one of Maria's favorite people, Katie Cassidy, the CW spinoff Green Arrow and the Canaries. Not happening at the CW. Apparently they were like, nah, we're good. We got Batwoman, so we got all our bases covered on women of color and
Basic
women and
ass.
superheroes. Boom, we got them all.
Oh, I thought basic white woman. I'm sorry. Okay.
Nope.
Oops.
They were like, we got a two for now. We got a woman and a superhero, and she's black. Psh, we don't need you, ladies. See ya. Especially because they ordered Painkiller, which is the spinoff for Black Lightning to series as well. So, boom, you got two black-led shows.
All right. I love it.
Even though
I love it.
The rumor mill is that the CW is kind of on its last legs. Not the CW, but the Arrowverse, started by Green Arrow back in like 2015. So they're saying that, like Supergirl's coming to an end this season.
The Flash should be.
The Flash will eventually. Black Lightning just came to an end or is coming to an end in the next month or so. So the new shows are going to be Painkiller. Legends of Tomorrow, I think, is ending as well.
I think so.
It's
the Lois and Superman.
Yeah, Lois and Superman is the new one. So there's not a lot of that CW Arrowverse going to be around for a while. So we don't know. Plus, they have all these new shows that are going to be coming out that are by higher profile people, like Ava DuVernay is doing Naomi. You have a couple of other like CW shows. I think they're really trying to push people to get HBO Max.
That's what I was going to say.
They're going to be relying more on stuff on HBO Max, which will be the new season of Titans, new season of Doom Patrol. I don't know what else they have coming out, honestly.
I cannot believe that the CW got Ava. That's still that boggles my mind.
I don't think that's going to end up on CW. I feel like that's going to end up going to kind of like how Stargirl was, where it would appear on HBO Max and then it would show up on CW a few weeks later.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be a similar situation. And also, I mean, anyone that's ever talked to me about these CW shows knows that I thought that a lot of them were pretty well done, i.e. The Flash and Black Lightning. I hated Green Hour. I hate it. So
it really depends on the season.
News.
Did you really?
Yeah, this is
Green
not
Hour?
news.
You hated Green Hour?
Yep, she hated Green Hour.
That's what it felt like. It felt like, and because it wasn't an hour, it's only a 30-minute show, right?
With commercials,
an
it's
hour.
about without commercials, it's about 42 minutes. It's
So
network TV
Green
hour.
Hour of trash. Yeah, it was. So I'm not sad about this.
Yeah, especially shows like Green Arrow, like they're very hit or miss with their seasons. Like the first season's pretty good, but then like the moment they introduced metahumans and like the Flash showed up, Green Arrow got way less interesting because it was like, well, he can run back in time. You have a bow and arrow. Meh.
Yeah.
So people weren't too busted up when they killed him off during the Crisis on Infinite Earths thing.
Yeah, not sad about it at all.
The only person that was upset was Barry.
Well, yeah, he had to seem that way because he was like, "Oh, my meal ticket." Anyway, we'll be good. We got plenty of people over here. We're doing our thing.
All right. Anything else?
That is all as far as entertainment goes. As far as everything else, apparently white people lost their goddamn mind and rioted on the Capitol or
well,
protested.
wait. You have to put an asterisk in fairness. Some white people, and by some white people, we mean
a whole lot of them.
Dumbass Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Lots of them. Not all white people, but a lot of Trump supporting white people.
I will blame the 74 million of them that voted for his ass. So you're getting lumped in. It doesn't feel good, does it? Huh?
You are getting lumped in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I like that lump in.
Yeah. Anyway,
I was thinking about the 50 plus that didn't, but you're right.
Then they know that it's not about them. And they also are looking like, those white people did lose their minds, didn't they? That is the thing that happened.
Well, it happens. Don't like being associated with a group that does terrible things. Welcome to being a minority.
Yeah. I think though that the best is yet to come. All of the mugshots of these tards that are getting picked up in their home states
because
they thought they were going to leave.
Yep.
Sorry, you're right. Let me take that back.
Simpletons.
All of these fuckheads. No, we'll just call them fuckheads.
We've been trying to bring back the classics like Simpleton and Buffoon. I feel like 2021, we're rebranding it. We're bringing back the good old ones.
Well, one of my kids got me a lovely coloring book that is just swear words in very pretty lettering, and I was introduced to Cunt Face, which I did not know was a thing.
One.
That is a good one, and I'm going to reserve it for these people. So looking at these cunt faces as their mugshots pop up on CNN because they thought they were going to go home and not be arrested. It's amazing. I love that. I want more of them.
This isn't the 1960s. Everyone has a fucking camera in their pocket.
But you also have a camera, and my FBI agent takes multiple pictures of me when I'm just FaceTiming my boyfriend. So I know that they are taking all the pictures of you all showing your lily white asses, but okay.
Yeah, I love that so many of them are being caught now and like, what? How did you catch me? Bro, you're wearing a fucking bear outfit and you're on the fucking rotunda.
No, but I shaved. I shaved.
Yeah, that guy.
I shaved. How do you know it was me?
How'd you know it was me that stole the podium?
I think my personal favorite is the mother, aunt, and uncle that were ratted out by the daughter who is a pro-left, pro-Black Lives Matter white
you mean the lady
woman
who got knocked in her mouth? Oh, I love that one.
Don't put your hand in a woman's face. Listen, she put all their governments out there and was like, yep, here you go.
Are you looking for my family? Because I could tell you where they are right now.
She's upstairs with ice on her nose because she got socked in the fucking nose for being a dick.
What happened to your face, Mom? It's so weird.
No, literally, that's what her tweet started with.
Yep.
Mom, what happened with your face?
Antifa happened to my face. Shut up. Get out of here. Yeah, so hopefully more of them are getting arrested now, and we won't have to hear from them for 10 years if they go by what the law that the president himself signed into action. If you're vandalizing government property, he wanted a minimum 10 years. So
not the ones that have daddies who are judges. Look
at you. No, most of these people
with the bear suit on.
Yeah, most of these people are not going to see court. They're going to get community service or some bullshit for literally, doing an insurrection and committing treason. But, we all see how that goes. The fact that, there was only one person that got clapped by Secret Service.
Yep. And also,
and now they're investigating that for excessive force.
Officers
Fuck
are
that.
dying, and you're supposed to be very much pro blue lives and
Oh,
all
that's
that
that's
other
the only
stuff.
reason they're hunting these people down now is because a white police officer died. That lady that got
Another one
shot,
died.
she was the legitimate example of run up and get done up.
Mm-hmm.
You fucked with Secret Service, you caught a hot one.
Ugh.
I also don't like the fact that they keep emphasizing the fact that she was an Air
Veteran.
Force veteran,
Mm-hmm.
and not the fact that she has a bunch of domestic charges and shit like that. No, fuck you. You
For
you
the fact of
tested
her
you
being a
tested Secret
veteran, she
Service
should
and you caught
know.
one.
Right. She should know you don't run up in the fucking Capitol building.
Yeah, and not to mention
No,
as
no,
a
no. You're
veteran, you
white. When
took
you're
an
white, you
oath.
can do that.
Mm.
Yeah, you took an oath as a U.S. veteran, as a military service personnel, to not commit treason, and you committed treason.
Mhm.
You caught a hot one,
Mhm.
ratata, as the kids say. Anyway, that's the news, guys.
News, right? That's the news, guys.
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, oh.
Oh my gosh, you know
As
what
he's
you
doing
should
sound
do?
effects.
At the end of
What?
it, do
Got a host of these. They're hot.
burr, 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 burr. I like that.
Right. Add the sound
Uh,
effects in. Listen, between that and the internet's rendition of the Goody Mobs, who's that looking through my window, put to the clip of her getting shot. Like, I'm sorry, that shit was hilarious. The internet is undefeated, and I'll allow
Have you
it. It
seen
was
the
great.
one where they cut in the lady who's talking about they pushed it on a maester with the Animaniac song?
mhm.
It's
Ah,
amazing.
no.
Just the
Oh my God.
Animani, totally insane. They pushed me down and maced me. Oh, it's so good.
Oh my goodness. All
It's
right.
funny
Well, the
because this is white
internet.
people's business.
Control
not our
yourself, white
business.
people.
Right.
God, act like you've
Mhm,
got some sense
mhm.
and home training.
Ugh, the
Oh my
parents.
goodness.
Where are
Yeah,
the
where are
parents?
the fathers?
Ugh,
The community has clearly failed.
ugh.
It's clearly failed. They're savages.
The
They're
Yep.
ghetto.
savages.
I just the
Savages.
ghetto. I just can't. To look at it, I'm just like, ooh, ghetto.
Oh Lord. All right. Well, listen, the internet clearly never misses their mark and stays undefeated as the memes continue to roll in from this week's national shit show.
Ooh.
But with that, let's talk a little bit about some things that happened in or within the last, let's say, year and some months that we feel really missed the mark of what they were doing. So I'll go first with one of mine, and then I'll hand over the floor because this is going to be quick. Um, we actually reviewed this game, and it's still because people are still playing it and they're still trying. They haven't just gone away yet. But Cyberpunk completely missed the mark in so many ways. It was probably one of the most anticipated games of the year, and they just completely screwed the pooch. And as a gamer, like it damn near just made me want to not even play my Xbox ever again. Like it was just so infuriating how much they missed the mark.
Did you end up getting your refund?
Fuck yeah. And that shit was instantaneous. Literally. Now listen, Xbox and Microsoft, because they're hoping that you won't jump the hoops.
Mhm.
So there's like 15 clicks to get it done. But by the time you finish that 15 click, like within 20 minutes, the money was already refunded.
Hmm.
That's
So yeah. So
Not
if
gonna
you
lie,
did get it
I'm still
on,
playing it.
Are you really?
well,
Well,
you
okay.
also got it on the higher resolution.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the difference. I didn't have the same issues that you had. I mean, outside of some glitchiness, I didn't have the same issues. I was in the 1% of gaming, whereas Maria was in the 99%, and they were eating the scraps, and it wasn't good. So I don't blame you for getting your refund.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, you elitist fuck. I
I'm just saying
appreciate that.
it worked for me. Like
I'm in the 1%.
4 out of 5
you.
times that I played it, it worked perfectly. Every now and again, it did fuck up, but it
Oh,
didn't
four
fuck up
out
as
of five
bad.
times.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't feel bad. You got your refund because you were not satisfied with the product. I was willing to put aside some of my dissatisfaction because the game worked for me more than it worked for you. So that's the only reason I'm still playing it, but it is still fucked up.
Well, listen, newsflash, not to, I mean, for those elitists that still want to put a little change back in their pockets. The interesting thing about the refunds on at least the Microsoft side, I don't know what PlayStation is doing, is that it does not say that it does not require you to have downloaded it on the older system. So
Hmm.
if you are someone who has the new system and was unsatisfied for any of the other plethora of concerns that people had with it, you can also still get your refund.
So did it like when you got your refund, did it take away your access to play the game?
Nope,
Hmm.
still got the game. I mean, but you're that elitist ass 1%. So we know that you're stunning so hard, you don't need a refund. But for our listeners out there that
I
might be
don't, but like I
struggling,
said, hey,
Just
60
hey, it's
65
good to
bucks is
know.
65 bucks.
Right.
right. Yeah. And I found that really interesting because I was expecting that they were going to make me explain why I wanted a refund.
Mm-hmm.
They really didn't.
I expected that for them to take away access, like if
Mm-hmm.
you like take it out of the store from your account, but if they're gonna do it that way,
No,
then
it's still there.
that's
Now
more of a
listen, they might have
Microsoft saying fuck
changed
CD
it,
Project
but it's
Red.
still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should give it a shot one time, just see if it still launches. um I would be interested to find out how that works out.
I'll let you know later on tonight. I'll just cut it on
Yeah, I
and
say
see
because
because
if
it
they
was
still
there
let you play it,
afterwards.
well, yeah, because it's going to stay in your thing. But I just like sometimes if I have a game or if I download it on somebody else's console, just because it's not my console, it'll pop up a thing and say,
Mhm.
"Do you own this game?" Even though it's fully installed. But yeah, like I said, I'm interested to see if Microsoft went the extra nine and been like, "Oh, okay, well, fuck CD Project Red, we're just going to charge this back to them, but you keep the
Mhm.
game and here's your 65 bucks back. We'll take it up with the people who fucked it up." So,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I'm just interested in that.
Yeah, I'll double check and I'll let you know. Cool. Yeah, so that's my first really big miss the mark because they just completely screwed the pooch for the 99%.
Well,
But
yeah,
with
they're
that,
being called one of like the worst game launches in history. So er,
yeah, it's bad.
What are
they
they
It's
better
in
really
league
bad.
they
with, if you don't mind me asking? Like,
say what?
I said, what are they in league with, if you don't mind me asking? Like, being one
Some
of
stuff
the.
like EA's Star Wars Battlefront 2 faced
Mhm.
similar issues,
Mhm.
but theirs was more with like loot packs where you
Mhm.
could buy basically better things in the game. So like if you and I buy the exact same game, we both pay $60. I could also pay instead of grinding in the game and being a good player, I
Mhm.
could pay an extra like $20 or $50 for loot packs to get better shit to make me a better player than you who paid the exact same amount. You're basically
Ah,
getting less of a game because you don't
right.
have as much money
Right.
or you don't feel like grinding and being good at the game.
this
Right.
this whole thing is still, it still baffles me. So every time that there's something new that happens, I'm just like, how?
Yeah, it is definitely a saga. This is one of those things that in like a year or two there'll be like a documentary about like, well, where did it all go
Mhm.
wrong?
Hmm. Yeah.
And usually it's somebody's doing too much coke or developers are dying at their chairs because they're being overworked in crunch time,
Yeah,
things like that.
yeah. With them, it had to do with with the developers dying in their chairs because there was a whole lot of pushback,
Yeah.
and quite a few articles about how poorly their
Well,
developers were being
CD
treated.
Project Red is also a relatively small studio. They're not like
Mhm.
EA Games or Epic Games where they have tons and tons of developers because they're so big. Like up until this point, their biggest release was The Witcher 3,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and The Witcher 3 was very successful, so they were able to expand. But they're not legitimately a AAA studio, so
No,
they
not even
they
close.
they had all these pre-orders. They had 8 million pre-orders, which for a video game is ridiculous.
Hmm.
Like because
Yeah, like
$65
those
and
are
eight
like
million
those are
people paying
Call of Duty
$60 a piece.
numbers.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
exactly. And even
Yeah,
Call of
those are
Duty
Call
don't
of
make it
Duty
like that
numbers.
now.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Mhm.
Nope.
Call of Duty is so big that they'd have not one, but at least two studios making the game. So like instead of
Mhm.
like Treyarch making it 1 year and then Infinity Ward making it, like that's how they do it because one studio couldn't keep up with the demand of doing it yearly the way they do, which I think is stupid.
Yep.
They need to take a couple years off because they've also driven away people like myself who used to buy it yearly. And then I was like, why am I paying for the same game as if this was like Madden?
Every year,
Yeah.
right?
You added a
Yeah,
new
I mean,
gun and you just brought back the same level over and over.
yep,
Nostalgia will
yep.
only get me so far.
Well, I mean, they need to take the approach of like your Rockstar because like when was the last time an actual new GTA game came out?
That's
It's
because they've
been
been
forever,
continually
right?
2013 to be exact. That is
Right.
when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out. And it
And folks
came
are
out at the
still playing it.
tail it came out at the tail end of the Xbox 360 generation. And then when the Xbox
Mm-hmm.
One came out, they were like, "Oh, okay, give us a couple months. We'll put it out on Xbox One. You pay a small fee, you get the updated version. It's way better and we're going to give you online mode." And ever since then,
Yep.
they update the online mode constantly. They have whole teams
Yep.
and people are like, "Oh, well, when are you guys going to put out 6? Why put out 6 when you guys are
Why?
still playing
Right.
5?"
Why?
It is
Right.
still like Grand Theft Auto
There
up
has been
until a few
zero
months
drop
ago.
off.
Yeah, up until a month ago, they were still charging $60 for the game as if it was brand new. Most games that price drops to 40 or lower within like 3 to 6 months of the game's release.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still lucrative. People pay real money to buy virtual things in the game. So
Yep. Yeah. So that was my first one. And again, like we had already reviewed it, but it has to be because it's
it
just
hasn't
such
gotten
an
better.
epic failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten better, and it's such an epic failure that it was worth mentioning again.
Well,
Eric,
is it
what?
even at this point, even if it did get better and they fixed a lot of the bugs, like the game already shit its pants. It still smells like shit. Even
Mhm.
if they cleaned up
Yeah.
the shit, it's
Yep.
still gonna smell like shit.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
That was a lovely
Yeah,
picture you
exactly.
painted. Thank you.
well, I mean, it's like if you peed your pants in third grade, everybody's gonna remember it until you
You
graduate high
piss
school.
pants? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you mean MCP pants? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's over there. It's like, come on, guys, that was third grade.
And that was a new kid. Like you can't let the new kid know.
Yep.
Sorry, new kid. You gotta
Sorry,
know.
fart boy.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
You smell like a fart. Your mom made a weird soup and you brought it to lunch. You're farts boy now.
No.
How it works.
All right. Well,
CD Project Red
Eric,
is pee pants now.
they really are.
Yep.
Eric, what do you think missed the mark?
I'm not talking about a game. I'm talking about a whole ass service. Um,
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the short form streaming platform Quibi. Um,
Mm,
yeah, they launched in April of 2020, which a lot of people will say the pandemic kind of fucked them over, which there is some justification behind that because the whole point of Quibi, if you didn't know, Quibi was a short form service where you could watch an episode of a show in 10 minutes. Or as they tried to popularize it, they tried to make fetch happen by calling Quibi a thing. Like, oh, I have to wait for the bus. I can down a couple of Quibis. So they famously had the ads with Chance the Rapper where he's waiting on a table at a restaurant and the lady's like, "Oh, it'll be 2 Quibis," and he's like, "Okay, I'll just wait here. I'm Chance the Rapper, guy." Um, the concept was cool. The one of their other concept things that was supposed to separate them from everyone else was the fact that you could view their content vertically on your phone, or you could turn your phone and it would expand the screen and make the whole thing horizontal. It was a gigantic pain in the ass for filmmakers because they literally had to film everything with 2 cameras at the same time. Literally,
mhm.
one filming in vertical, one filming in horizontal, so that if someone were to turn their phone or iPad, it would adjust on the fly. Also a huge pain in the ass for
Mm.
editors. The whole thing, they had they were basically throwing money at creators. So you had these celebrity people. You had like Chrissy Teigen had a judge show. It was like Judge Teigen or whatever, or Judge Chrissy.
Mhm.
It's kind of like your Judge Judy type of thing. You had the 50 States of Horror, which was supposed to be like a horror anthology thing, where it was broken up into episodes. So like Sam Raimi did an episode. Uh, there's a lot of things that could have worked. Anna Kendrick had her own show where she finds her ex-boyfriend's sex doll that comes to life and talks to her. Some of these things sounded really cool on paper, and the way they were broken up worked. But like, if your mobile platform has no mobile users because no one's leaving their house, no one. I'm not going to sit on my couch and watch Quibi. And
Yeah.
that was the other thing. Like, they didn't have like a Apple TV app. So I couldn't say, oh, okay, well, I'm going to watch this Quibi
Oh,
show.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were designed to be
done.
viewed on phones.
Mhm.
Um,
Done.
you could AirPlay it to like a Chromecast or an Apple TV, but like
But
That's
that's what I got
it,
YouTube
that's only a
they
for.
were,
little
yeah,
bit,
they were
right?
when you did it that way, they were set into landscape by default. So
Mhm.
it's just like, why am I going to watch this show? If I want to watch a short show, I'll go to YouTube.
Right.
Or
Right.
yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
so, like I said, they had such star power behind it. They were basically throwing money at people to make to make shows, and a lot of it did get done. A lot of it got kind of like as of December, they officially shut down. I think it might have been even earlier where they started shutting down in like October. A couple of shows ended up getting nominated for like what do you call it, Emmys. So
Who was one of
some,
them?
Really?
yeah.
I
What are you
Uh,
guess the
looking at?
judges, the
in
Emmy judges were watching it because no
in
one else was.
July, they were nominated for 10 Emmys across three categories: outstanding short form comedy or drama, outstanding actor, and outstanding actress.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of people like um the creator of Kippo and the Wonder Beast. Apparently, his original concept for Kippo was he was approached by Quibi to make it a Quibi show, and he passed and went to Netflix. Smart decision. Great
Very
show.
smart.
Smart
Bad
guy.
platform.
Right, right. I mean, here, like, you ever heard like or ever watched like the YouTube videos where they talk about things that were kind of before their time or they just didn't drop at the right time, so they
That is
failed?
exactly what
Mm.
Quibi feels like.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, if the world were,
Still moving.
Yeah, this is
right pre
designed for
2020,
yeah, this is
this makes
designed
perfect
for
sense.
for commuters. Like
Mhm.
if I'm on the
Hmm.
train and I don't have to go, as a Maryland DC resident, if I were still working on the train and I'm working in DC and had to take the train somewhere, yeah, I could watch a
Hmm.
couple
Hmm.
episodes. I could
Hmm.
like things like the 50 states of horror or whatever were like broken down into
Yeah,
three
that would have been
episodes.
perfect.
So it's like a 30-minute episode. So it's kind of like a Tales from the Crypt, type anthology thing, all about some type of like urban legend from a state. Apparently, some of them are real dumb. Like I think like Oregon is like the Golden Arm or some bullshit. And they had a
Not all
lot of
states are gonna have winners, Eric.
yeah. So I need to look up what Maryland's was because I know they only got through maybe 10 states. They didn't do all 50 because
But they had all
obviously
Yeah,
50
because yeah, because
in
I
the
would have
can,
thought that
right?
Maryland would have been Goatman, but apparently Goatman is not a Maryland one. I think it's like a Texas one or some shit.
uh,
So
What is Goat Man?
you don't
50
know about
stages of
Goatman?
50 states of fright. I'm sorry, that's what it was.
Oh,
Madam, first and
Manera.
foremost,
Oh no, I'm
don't
sorry.
get
It was
excited about Goat
Michigan
Man.
that had the golden arm.
What?
They only did actually shit. They only did a few. They did Michigan, Kansas, Oregon, Minnesota, Iowa, Washington State, Colorado, and Missouri.
They didn't do them in order?
Oh,
No,
yeah, and so they did all the lame ones. Like you miss West Virginia, so you miss Mothman. How do you not do Mothman? Like, all right, whatever. I need you to go educate yourself on who Goatman is, ma'am, because I can't believe you don't know about Goatman.
Can you just tell me? I don't want that on my server.
don't worry. The
All right.
FBI has more important things to be like looking at people's internet history than somebody in Maryland looking up Goat Man.
Right, exactly. But the Maryland version of Goatman
Yes.
is basically that in Beltsville, well, you may not know, but in Beltsville there's a huge plot of land, like hundreds and hundreds of acres
Hmm.
that belong to the Department of Agriculture,
Hmm.
and they've got animals on it, whatever,
I
whatever.
may
The
not
legend
know. I
goes.
drive through there. What are you talking
I see. I
about?
don't know because if you don't drive through there, I didn't know if you because yeah, that makes
Yes.
sense to cut through there to get on this
Uh-huh.
side. I don't know if you do that or not. All right, I'm not
Yes.
assuming, but if you okay, so
I
so
just
the
Googled it, and
legend,
yeah, there is a Wikipedia page for the Goat Man of Maryland,
Okay, go
the
on.
yeah,
the
yeah.
legendary half
So
man, half goat creature.
Where did you go?
yes,
Can you not?
it's on
Should you not be
Wikipedia.
talking about? No, should you not be talking about Goat Man? Because you are not there anymore.
Maria
Wait,
disappeared.
wait, did I
The
disappear?
feds got her. She
Yes. Oh my
Oh
God.
don't be talking about Goat Man.
damn!
You literally just blipped out of nowhere. Oh my
Oh,
God.
this is what happens when you
Wait,
mess
you
with
can,
Goat Man.
but you guys can still hear me, right?
Yes, we still hear
Yes,
you.
Ghost. We can.
Keep talking. Maybe the FBI will give you back.
All right.
There you go. You're
Hold on.
back.
Oh my God.
I just switched cameras. Hold on, hold please.
That was so
Oh,
scary.
I've got it again.
Yeah, sometimes you have to reset the app.
Oh
That
my
was so
gosh. All right.
scary.
See, you had to
I'll,
bring up
I'll
Goat Man.
go. I'll go with this camera instead. See, this is a good thing about having two cameras going. No, so the way that the legend goes is that the guy was a scientist for the USDA or whatever,
Mhm.
they were experimenting with like, you know, animal genetics and cloning or whatever the
Mhm.
hell. There was some accident. He got infected. They
Mhm.
tried to kill him to hide the evidence,
Mhm.
but he didn't die. And now he just roams around that area, you
Being
know,
a goat
basically killing
man?
motherfuckers. Yeah,
Oh, is
being a
he
goat
killing
man,
people?
trying to kill folks. Yeah, he kills people.
What? Because they tried to kill him?
Because no, he kills people because you come up on him and he's not here for it. So he will kill
He's
you.
just a crazy goat man, apparently.
Just a
Basically,
crazy goat
somebody.
man.
It's a satyr from like old school Greek mythologies
Mm-hmm,
where he's got like
mm-hmm.
the legs of a goat. Yeah, but it's one of those things.
Yep.
It's just a classic urban legend.
I
Yeah.
have driven through like dark out and I've never seen
That's what
any of
helps with the
this.
urban legend. If you can get people to think like, oh, make sure you don't stop because goat man will get you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, when you take like the what's that road called? Soil conservation road. Don't
Mhm.
stop on
Yep.
soil conservation.
Don't
Goat
stop
man will
on
get
soil
you.
conservation.
You'll hear his chewing on cans because goat man or whatever the fuck.
I have I have gone back there so many times, day, afternoon, night. I've never the one thing we did see was this rollerblader like out of nowhere in like the back road, like the back road, just
Sure, it was a
rollerblade.
rollerblader and not
Yes,
Goatman.
no, madam, he had
Yep.
rollerblades. Like
He just snapped some wheels on those
so,
hooves and kept it
some
moving.
wheels on the hooves.
Yep.
no, he was a rollerblader. Stop it. He had on short shorts though. He was enjoying his life. Like, but no. He came out of nowhere, and we were like, "Where are you
Yeah,
coming from?"
we're gonna have to get you up to speed on all of the like crazy shit in Maryland because there's a lot
Yeah.
of it. Like everybody thinks it's just Blair Witch. It's not. There's a lot of other shit. Like you've got the haunted Glendale Hospital.
I do know
You've
about
got
that.
Crybaby Bridge.
I don't
Like
know
there's
about
a bunch
Crybaby.
of them.
Wait, Crybaby like Crybaby, like the movie?
Not like the Johnny Depp
No, no,
movie.
like a
No.
Oh,
fucking dead baby crying.
madam,
Yeah,
madam.
just
Don't
saying.
you don't have to forcefully say a fucking dead baby in my face.
You know those dead babies. Anyway,
Always
Quibi,
whining
you
and crying and
guys.
shit.
Sorry.
What I was gonna say is they had some big name stuff behind it. They had
Yes.
50 Stages of Fright. They had a reboot of The Fugitive.
Yes, I was sad about that because I wanted to
Hmm.
see that.
Yeah, they had a remake of Most Dangerous Game.
Mhm.
They had a lot of comedy shows. They had Kevin Hart had his own Quibi show called Die Hart, where he's trying to learn to be an action hero with him
Gross.
and
His
it's Kevin.
boyfriend?
It's Kevin Hart and John Travolta, and I
What?
believe what's her name from Game of Thrones.
Not Daenerys.
No, her what's her name? Melisandre, um, the one who got beheaded. Spoilers.
Masande.
Yes, I believe she was in it as
Melisande,
well.
the
I was
same
thinking the Red Witch or
uh-huh.
whatever.
The Red Witch. Yep.
Yeah, but they also had a reboot of Punked. You know,
Who
for all the
wanted
people
that there?
who are into Punked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you. Her name is Natalie Emanuel.
yes. They also had a reboot of Singled Out, the old Jenny McCarthy show from MTV. Like they bought a lot of MTV properties that apparently MTV was like, yeah, whatever, give us some money. So there was a lot of shows, but
Not
yeah,
all of them were winners. Got it.
they were also supposed to be bringing back Reno 911.
I would have liked that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had some comedy shows. They had a like a murder house flipping thing where they were supposed to be flipping like a fake reality show where they're supposed to flip murder houses.
I would have definitely liked that.
Well, you are in luck. So, most of these properties that were already produced, even if they didn't air yet, have been picked up. Roku bought all of their original programming a few days ago, actually.
So
So
you mean I gotta get a Roku?
if you have a Roku, or yeah, January 8th, it was announced Roku had acquired Quibi's entire library of programming, including those that were not released yet. So hopefully they just cut the
Yeah,
stupid
I'll never see
format
them.
and broadcast them in landscape like they're supposed to be, and we're fucking done with Quibi. I think one of the other things about them was that the creators of the content were able to keep the rights to it, so they'll keep getting paid, which is good.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
So
Well, I don't
Quibi,
have a
guys,
Roku,
it
so
was it was real dumb and nobody watched it.
okay.
That's a good one. All right, Manera, what about you? What do you think missed the mark?
All right. Well, I was not picky with 2020 because I mean I wanted content, so whatever. But there was something that stuck in my craw and I couldn't really let it go. So you guys know I like
In
cheesy.
in your what now?
My craw, stuck in my craw.
In your
People say
crawl?
that. Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Well, it's a
Really?
saying. Yeah, look it
No.
up.
It's more of a southern thing, but yeah, people
It
definitely
sounds like
say
somebody
it.
who can't say claw, like stuck in my crawl.
No, no, it's not.
Ooh, yeah, that's no,
Mm-mm.
no, that's
Not in
not
your
what it
not in your
is
And
at
lobster
all.
craws.
but also I didn't do that little thing you did, so gonna need you to cut that out.
Yeah, you gotta
Nope, nope,
Got to Zoidberg it.
nope,
just scoot off screen.
nope. Let's get back on topic, shall we?
Yeah. What else is in your crawl?
So, tiny, pretty things, tiny, pretty little things, pretty little tiny things.
Pretty
Tiny
Little
Tiny
pretty
Liars.
somewhere in
things.
there. Tiny, pretty things is on Netflix. It dropped a week before Bridgerton. And the reason that I was super excited about it is because it is a ballerina drama, and I enjoy all types of dance and anything that has to do with drama. Yay. Um, think Center Stage. When Center Stage came out, I was super excited about that because I mean, dancers and the drama that they get into. Yay, give me some.
I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
that is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what Center Stage is?
No.
Oh my God, it was so good. It was a dancer who got to go to the academy, the dancing academy that she wanted to go to. And it was in the big city. And so she was dealing with navigating dating a dancer and the bulimia and the drugs and, just
And basically
basically,
a whole lot.
yeah, because, it's a lot when you're a dancer. Men want
Mm,
you because your body hasn't developed the way it's supposed to because you're doing nothing but dance and, all that good stuff. Um,
not for me.
so it did come out in the 2000s. Yes. Little Manera was super excited about that. And little a lot of other girls. So I was super excited about this coming out. And the first episode happened, and I was smacked in the face with the fact that while it is very beautiful because all of the actors are dancers, I
Oh.
wouldn't call them actors because they are not. The acting is just very, very, very bad. And it is very noticeable that they are not actors, but they are wonderful dancers because their lines are beautiful. Anytime that they are naked, they all know their body. So every line that, like, there's a scene where they're all in the sauna and it is beautifully shot. You see nothing that you're not supposed to because everyone knows how to conceal their body and show what they're supposed to show. It's gorgeous, but the acting,
Mm-hmm.
No,
it's
I mean,
just oof.
there's a reason that they like train actors to just be believable enough, and then until the stunt double comes in, it's
Yes.
because it's like that Navy SEAL movie. What was it? Something Brotherhood, where they actually had Navy SEALs play themselves or play Navy SEAls, and it was fucking awful.
Did you say Navy SEALs?
Navy SEAls.
It's saying he said it. I was gonna let it go. Who am
Yep.
I to
Navy
correct him?
SEALs? No, but yes, no, you are very right. I mean, some of them should have been actors that, dance their way off the scene or you didn't see their faces. I get what they were trying to do, but it was very distracting. But also, and this is, I've watched all of the teen dramas. I love a messy drama. At a certain point, you can't just throw literally everything at it and seeing if it sticks. It's just act of valor. That is what
Act
it
of
is.
Valor. Yeah, that's the one. It's terrible.
Yes.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Yes. But
I bet your dad loves it.
I saw it in the theater. I paid money to see this, and it was
why?
because I've bought into the hype of like the advertising. It was like, oh, finally, real Navy SEALs playing
Mhm.
Navy SEAls. It's gonna be so action packed, and it was like an hour and a half of like military jerking each other off. Like, oh yeah, brother, oh I'm your brother, brother. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's be brothers. Oh no, one of them died. He's got to take care of my family because that's what brothers do, brother.
I
America.
I loved the theme song. It was sung by not Keith Urban. No, Keith Urban. Keith Urban.
Act of Valor.
Yes.
Oh, I
It's a
did
good
not
theme song.
remember. Was it
Keith
just
Urban is a
tugging
very
you
good singer.
off, brother?
Ooh, all
Tug,
right.
tug,
No. No.
America. Not in my
No.
eye. Tugging you
No,
off
that's
for
not.
freedom.
That's not how it went. It basically told me everything I needed to know about the story in the
Was that it was an
in
active
the
valor?
theme
in
song.
the theme song. Yeah, so I was fine with it.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
But
Maybe
yes,
skip it.
no. Going back to what I was saying, while I say all of this to say I'm coming back for season 2, because I too am a messy bitch. And
Why?
If
well,
they get a
because
season 2,
the no, they are.
Netflix.
Netflix is scheduled to announce their season 2, and it should be either the end of this year or beginning of next year. Because it was, I mean, listen, it
I
was
assume everything
again,
is
like I
COVID
said,
pending.
it was very well, like the lines of the dancers, very well done. I could watch that all day long. And also, at the end of the day, I didn't really have anything going on and messy drama in the background. It's okay.
All right.
But yeah, for me, it missed the mark. But I mean, I picked up the mark and put it where it's supposed to be.
You're still gonna.
Maybe season 2 they'll hire some actors
Nope.
that might be able to dance.
No, the actors that they did have were the adults, and
Okay.
like even still, they were like C and D list actors that weren't really doing
Ooh.
anything. That you
Probably
were
had a
like,
really
ooh, what
low
were you
budget.
doing?
It's kind of like Iron Fist, where it's like, oh, this guy is an actor. Clearly, he's not a fighter because every fight scene looks like shit.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
All right. Eric, did
Stunt
you have
doubles.
it?
That's what stunt doubles are for.
Eric, did you have any other ones that you wanted to discuss?
No, I just wanted to bitch about Quibi for a little bit because
All right.
it had potential, and then it was real dumb once you like look into it. Like once you go under the hood, you're like, why was this gonna work?
Right.
Why is
Oh,
there a banana
money.
here?
Lots of money. Yeah. Somebody
All right,
had
well-
a whole lot of money and a stupid idea. This is legitimately like a coke fueled idea where someone was like, well, what if you turn your phone and it stays the same? Oh my God. Oh, hey, I got a buddy who'll give me $1 billion. Let's do it.
Ugh. All right. Well, I do have one more before we wrap, and I'll just take a couple minutes since I know we don't have a grab bag to talk about this one, and it's probably a very unpopular opinion because I love having those. But Netflix hit series The Queen's Gambit
Oh no, stop.
completely
No.
missed the mark for me, like
I love
on
it.
so many different levels. So, number one, I think it's way overhyped. Number two, the fact that in the time frame that this story occurs, and you have this young woman who's this amazing chess player, like it had all the building blocks of a super.
It's a
Like
period piece.
yeah,
Yes.
well,
I
yes,
haven't watched
technically
it.
it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it has all of the bones of being a really great show until you actually watch it, and some of the acting is lackluster at best. Um, the fact that she has to take drugs to be able to quote unquote see the moves that she's trying to make is, in my opinion, insulting to anybody that plays chess, and especially anybody that plays chess at a very high level. They went out of their way to like reinforce certain stereotypes about people who are in the chess community and play chess. Uh, it just it on every level it just missed the mark. The only thing that I will say about it, it's pretty, like it's shot, it's visually nice to
Do
look
they
at.
test for like performance enhancing drugs in chess?
No.
uh
Not back
they-
then.
not back,
What-
definitely not
What
back
time?
then.
I gotta Google this show. What time period does it take place in?
Like, it's like the
60s, like the 50s,
60s.
the 60s,
Yeah.
and the 70s.
Yeah. It's before any of us were born, or well,
It's
right before.
it's before enhancement
yeah.
drugs were seen as enhancement drugs.
It
They were
begins in the
just
mid 50s and proceeds
vitamins.
into the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just like the young woman, the actress, I can't remember her name.
Anna Taylor
Big
Joy.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the alien eyes.
Yeah, you look crazy any damn way with your fucking alien eyes.
Those are her eyes, madam. She
No,
cannot
they-
change her eyes. Those are her
Listen,
eyes.
I get it.
She has a
but then if
face
that's
like
the
a
case,
female Benedict Cumberbatch, where like if you look at their face long enough, you're like, you're not human.
yes,
You're not
She is
human.
An alien.
yes.
Yeah.
That
She has an
is
alien
that
face.
is an excellent comparison. And because she's got an alien face, I need you to not try to act with your face because you just look more like
Oh
an alien.
no, you can't tell her to not be
Yeah,
a
no,
facial
she's a
actress.
very like facial actress.
Right.
I've seen
That
her in a
is
lot of
that is
things.
her
I
bread
know.
and butter.
She was in
I
The Witch.
know.
She was in Emma. I was
Yes.
watching
Yeah.
Emma this morning, and like every time that I was looking up from my computer, I knew what was going on by her facial expressions.
She was
which
also
this.
in
Yes.
New Mutants.
Yep, she
Well,
was.
but look, it worked in New Mutants. It
She was in
worked
Split.
in Split. It worked
Her
in The
accent didn't
Witch.
work in New
It
Mutants.
doesn't.
It did not.
Her
No.
accent did not. But it doesn't work in this for me. And I just think it's kind of insulting. Like it's a show that should have like that Ruth Bader Ginsburg like girl power type feel to it. And it just doesn't. It just falls so flat for me. I don't understand why people are losing their shit over this show. Like I really don't. I think it's trash.
I
So
And I
feel
think
stick
it's
you.
so
trash.
so I'll stick to Fresh, the best chess movie. Everybody knows that.
Yeah,
Bobby
I didn't
Bobby
mind
Fisher,
it.
who? Fuck off. It's all about
right.
Fresh.
Oh, I
But
love Bobby Fischer.
and Manira and I had talked about this before the show, and I think it's a good point. Manira watched it before the hype, so she's like, "Oh, this is okay." I didn't see it until after the hype, and then my daughter was like, "Oh my god, this show!" And I'm like, "All right, let me check it out." And then I was like, "That is 2 hours of my life I'll never get back," because I didn't go past like the second episode. I'm like, "This is trash." Ooh, Bridgerton, what's this? And I
Yeah.
moved on.
It was
So
two
yeah,
weeks. Like there was 2 weeks where it was a well hyped up show that you could invite your friends to be a part of. And then after those 2 weeks, something else came along. So it was like, meh. Well, I
That's
mean, you could
that's
watch that,
basically
but
how
we
all
have
of
this.
2020
yeah,
2020 has
Yeah.
but
been.
also they wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. And that's I
Well,
think the thing
no.
that got me. Like it's different to say, "Hey, you should check this out." People like it. But they were like, "The Queen's Gambit, it's the greatest show ever and you need to watch it." And
You know
no,
people like to
it's
hype up
fucking
things.
stupid.
What I
Yeah,
will say,
so
the one thing that I did not like about it was the magical Negro that helped her
mhm.
through her being an orphan, and then magically came back when she needed her the most and brought her back to, fix her back up and nursed her back to health. I didn't like that because I mean we don't really need that anymore. But there was nothing going on that week, so I would watch it, and then that was the end of it. I didn't
Yeah.
mind it.
Yeah, I think that what did it for me is looking at two wildly popular Netflix shows and one that used people of color in a historical context very well, i.e. Bridgerton, and then The Queen's Gambit where they did not. And that's like an aside from even just the main story and the fact of how trash the main story is for me.
Well,
Like
one is executive produced by a black woman.
and it shows because
So
like literally I have a friend who at the time that she was playing chess competitively was like ranked the third best chess player in the country. You don't have to have a weird personality and take fucking drugs to be a good chess player. Like just everything about this show is icky to me. So yeah, I
I
mean,
didn't feel
check it
icky
out.
after I watched it, but I feel you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, those are some of the things that we felt missed the mark in 2020. We don't have a grab bag this week, so I guess maybe you guys were just so happy to have anything to keep you preoccupied during these troubling times that nothing quite missed the mark, and we're not going to judge you for that. We totally get it.
Well, that's kind of my bad. Normally on Wednesdays when we do put up the grab bag, um, the events that we mentioned during the news segment happened. There was a lot going on.
Eric's like getting
Fair.
ready to pin it up, and then he's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I was
Just
literally
forgot.
like right after lunch. It was like, oh yeah, let's go check this. Oh, what the
The
fuck?
fuck.
Yeah, it was that, and then toppled with our brother was downtown and doesn't work far from the Capitol when all
Yes.
this was going on. So for me, it
Yeah,
was
he's legit
instant
like two
panic
streets
mode.
over.
Yeah, it was like instant panic mode. So yeah, there was nothing productive happening over here on Wednesday. Yeah. All right. Well, with that, we won't hold it against you guys. We'll let you guys come back this week. And so we would really just like to thank you for listening and watching. If you like this episode, please rate us, drop a review, subscribe to the podcast or the YouTube channel, tell your friends, all of that good stuff. Make sure you're following us online. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram for updates on episode drops, reminders for the grab bag, and other things. Our handle on both is at Concentrated Pod. Before I go any further, I want to note that hopefully you guys have been following us online because if you have, and you are also a fan of Bridgerton, you would have seen that we have a series that we're doing as part of Concentrated called Concentrated Podcast Presents Cup and Saucer, right? Or is it Saucer and Cup? It's Cup and
Cup
Saucer,
and Saucer.
right?
Yeah.
It's got
Okay.
you
All
said
right.
it
I want to
right.
make sure I didn't mess it up. Where Eric and Manira and the friend of the show, Courtney, are breaking down the episodes of Bridgerton. It is fantastic. You guys definitely give it a listen. It is like it's just there. So if you're already subscribed, it'll download. You should check it out. If
Yep.
you're not subscribed, you should subscribe if you love Bridgerton. If nothing else, just to listen to that.
And the plan is to have new episodes drop. Kind of like this drops on Monday. Episodes of Cup and Saucer should drop on Fridays.
Perfect.
Fun.
So you can start the week with us and end the week with us. Whatever you do
I'm
on the weekend,
very
that's your own
excited.
fucking
And then
deal.
there's some stuff coming in between.
Yeah, but we'll announce that stuff later. We're not there yet. As far as next week we are going to start getting into some of our comforts. And so next week's focus will be on what Eric's comfort thing is to help him through all of these troubling times. Eric, you want to give him a preview or you want to just surprise everybody?
If you're looking, you can see it in this video frame. You can see several of them in this video frame.
Are they baby Yodas? How many
Yes.
baby Yodas do you have?
It's all
Girl,
about
bye.
Tarman. We're talking exclusively Tarman next week.
We're not. We're going to be talking about Mondo, right?
Well,
Or you're
poster
gonna break
the
down-
art, the art collecting community in general. I'll break down some of like where to find the good stuff, how to get drops, things like that, and why some artists or prints or properties are more important than others. A lot of questions that people ask me, constantly. They're like, "Where do you buy your art?" Or "Why do you buy certain things?" Or "Why don't you just have the one sheet that comes with the movie that you see in front of the movie theater?" That's boring. So
Me. I am that person that asks those questions.
yeah.
You're not alone. I've probably asked him a ton.
You'd be surprised whenever somebody comes in my house, they ask me where I get all of this shit because you can't see. I'll take if you watch the video of next week, I'll give a little tour.
Well,
taking a
maybe
tour?
I would say maybe before that for Instagram, maybe you can do a story and you can show us some of your artwork during the week to give some of our listeners a chance to see some of your artwork to prep for any questions they may have.
Yeah. And plus, like I said, I got tons of stuff in tubes still, and the portfolio is full of stuff. So yeah.
So guys, look out for that. And if you just in general have any questions about next week's topic or anything else that we talk about, you can definitely send those to us as well as any other feedback to our email address. It is concentratedpodcast@gmail.com. Or you can drop a message on our Facebook page, which is Concentrated Podcast. And lastly, you can leave us a voicemail. The number is 301-531-4393. Again, that's 301-531-4393.
Yeah.
So
leave
guys,
us a message if you want to tell Maria that she's wrong about Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, you
I
can.
don't know because I haven't watched it, but yeah. Call her out on it. Tell her she's fucking dumb.
Side note, guys, don't forget Friday is WandaVision.
And yeah, Friday.
I don't know what all these
we'll be
are talking
covering
about,
that
but
later,
Friday
but, yeah.
is WandaVision,
WandaVision does start this Friday.
and I'm super excited.
And so that you guys know, we're also going to have a spinoff of Concentrated to just focus on WandaVision as well as some other Marvel shows. So we'll be talking about that a little bit this upcoming week as well. So with that, please stay safe, wash your hands, socially distance, do all of the
start a
things.
coup.
Yeah, don't
start a coup.
participate in an insurrection.
Don't be a domestic
little
terrorist.
things. Yeah.
It's the simple things.
Really?
All right. Bye, guys. See you next week.
Peace.